Welcome back to Learn Economia. Here in this video, we'll be discussing the equilibrium in perfect competition. In the previous video, we have already covered part 1 of this particular session. So if you haven't watched that, please go and watch because that is very important in order to give you a clear-cut understanding of this video or this session. So in this video, we will be discussing the part 2 of equilibrium in perfect competition, determination of output, price, etc. in perfect competition in the long run, in the short run and in the long run. We will be continuing with the short run aspect and then we will go to the long run aspect. Okay. So in the previous video, we have already discussed the marginal cost, marginal revenue analysis. Here, we will cover the total cost, total revenue analysis with respect to the short run. Okay. Now, we know that the short run is a period which is usually considered to be less than 1 year, and the short run equilibrium is firm. It can be shown with the help of total cost curve and total revenue curve. So as in the case of the marginal cost approach, where we have used the marginal cost curve and marginal revenue curve, here also we can use the total cost curve and total revenue curve to show the equilibrium. Now the firm here is able to maximize its profits when the positive difference between TR and TC is the greatest, when the gap between TR and TC is the greatest, in the sense that TR is more than TC. In this case, you can incur a profit. So which is shown by the shown in the figure 3, where TR is the total revenue and TC is the total cost. The total cost curve, as you can see, has got one shape, and the total revenue curve has got one shape. Here the total revenue curve, as you could see in the figure, it is upward sloping. So it's a straight line, and this is because a firm could sell small or large quantities of its product with constant price under perfect competition. Now, if the firm produces nothing, what happens is that total revenue would be zero. The more it produces, larger would be the total revenue. So the revenue depends upon the production. So how much you produce would determine your total revenue when in the perfect competition. Okay, so this is same in the case of all the market structures. It depends upon the production aspect. How much you produce will determine your total revenue. Now the firm will maximize its profit at that point of output production, where the gap between TR curve and TC curve is a maximum. If you look graphically, you could see that the slope of the tangent drawn on the total cost curve equals the slope of the total revenue curve. This is a point which is considered to be the point of profit maximization, and the maximum amount of profit here is measured by OQ level of output. That means OQ level of output is produced at this point. It is at this point where the gap between TC and TR is greater. So at Q1, its profit is Q1 level of output. What happens is that the TC curve and TR curve are cutting across each other. Intersection is there. At this point, we could say that the profit is zero, but by producing OQ level of output, there would be maximum profit. And OQ2 level, what happens is that here its profit again is zero, and if it produces beyond this level, it would incur losses, because after that point you could see that your TC is becoming greater than your TR. That is, your cost would be more than your revenue. Now, coming to the short run equilibrium of the industry. An industry is in equilibrium in the short run when the total output remains steady and being no tendency to expand or contract its output. If all the firms in the industry are in equilibrium, then you can see that the industry is also in equilibrium. For full equilibrium of the industry in the short run, all the firms should be earning the normal profit. Okay. Now the condition for this thing is that SMC is equal to MR equal to AC equal to SAC. SMC stands for short run marginal cost, which is equal to marginal revenue, which is equal to average revenue, which is equal to short run average cost. But full equilibrium of the industry, it can happen, but you cannot assure that it would happen. That it can happen as a result by chance. Just because in short run, in reality you can see that only some firms will be earning the normal profit, whereas some firms will be earning supernormal profit and some would be earning losses. So this is the case with reality. So all firms earning normal profit would just be an occurrence by chance. Okay. Even then, the industry is in short-run equilibrium when its quantity demanded and quantity supplied are equal at the price where clears the market. Now, coming to the figure given here, just look at that. And here the industry, the panel A shows that the industry is in equilibrium at point E, where its demand curve, which is represented by D, and its supply curve, which is represented by S, both of these intersect, which will determine the price and output in the market. So OP is the price which is considered to be the equilibrium price, and OQ is the quantity that is demanded and supplied in the market, which will determine the equilibrium price and quantity. So but at the prevailing price OP, some firms here you could see that is earning supernormal profit, while some other firms is incurring losses. So this can be the practical situation. Now coming to the long run equilibrium of firm and industry, here you could see that long run we have already discussed is a period which is considered to be more than 1 year, and this is a time in which the firm can change its plan size, scale of operations, etc. The firm can plan and implement its actions, so that is the long run. So in long run means that all costs would be variable. There is no element of fixed cost here. The firm in the long run under perfect competition, when it does so, here in this case if it is in equilibrium in the long run, if the firm is in equilibrium in the long run, that means that it doesn't want to change its output because it's earning normal profit. Okay, now if the firms are earning supernormal profit, what will happen is that if existing firms would earn supernormal profit, that means that new firms would enter the market or new firms would enter the industry because they are inspired by the supernormal profit, and they would think that even if I too enter the market, I would be able to share the supernormal profit that is enjoyed by this existing firm. That's it. So what happens if the existing firms incur losses? Then what happens is that some firms will leave the industry because the firms who leave the industry are very much sure that if they continue within the business or if they continue within the market and continue their production, their expectation is still more losses, so they will leave the industry. Okay. Thus, there is no tendency for firms to enter or leave the industry because every firm must earn normal profit if existing firms are earning normal profit, just normal profit. Now, in the long run, firms are in equilibrium when they are adjusted their plant size so as to produce at the minimum point of the long run average cost curve, which is tangent to the demand curve, that is the average revenue curve, which is where you could determine the market price to earn just normal profit. Now, as in the case of short run, here too we have some conditions which are to be satisfied in order to attain the equilibrium. So here too we have got two conditions. First is that the short run marginal cost curve must be equal to its long run marginal cost curve, and also the short run average cost curve should be equal to the long run marginal cost curve. That is the short run cases should be equal to the long run cases. So the first equilibrium point is equal to SMC equal to LMC equal to MR equal to AR equal to P is equal to SAC equal to LAC. So that should be the minimum point of the curve. Now the second condition is that LMC curve should cut the MR curve from below, and if both these conditions are satisfied, then we can say that equilibrium is attained. In figure 5, this is explained in detail. Here all the curves meet at point E, where you could produce OQ level of output and price is determined at point E. So OP is a price which the firm will have neither tendency to they will neither leave the market nor more firms would enter the industry. All firms which exist in the market would earn normal profit, just normal profit. Now coming to the long run equilibrium of the industry, here we have already discussed in the previous video that industry means a collection of firms. Here the industry would come to equilibrium in the long run when all the firms earn normal profit. When all the firms in the industry earn normal profit, that means that equilibrium exists in the case, for the case of industry as well. So here there is no incentive for the firms to leave the industry, or new firms won't enter the market. That means that they are not earning supernormal profits. So no new firms would enter the market, and since they are not incurring any kind of losses, no firms would leave the industry, okay, or leave the market. With all factors homogeneous and given their prices, the same technology, each firm and industry as a whole will be in full equilibrium. That is, we have already discussed all these things in the previous video, where we know that in the perfect competition we produce only homogeneous product, and we consider that all price is constant, and we are assuming a same technology aspect and all. So in this condition, the equilibrium will be attained when LMC equal to MR equal to AR equal to LAC. And when I say LAC, the LAC equal to minimum, right? Now, such an equilibrium position is attained when long run price for the industry is determined by the equality of total demand and total supply. When I say total supply, it means the supply of the industry. Now, the long run equilibrium of the industry is illustrated in figure 6. If you look at section A, you could see that I'll be showing that, where the long run price OP is determined by the intersection of demand curve and supply curve. OP here, equilibrium price is OP, and OQ is the equilibrium quantity, which is where you could so this is actually attained by the intersection of LMC, MC curve and MR curve, AR curve and AC curve. Okay, that's it. So at this level, the firms would be earning normal profit, and there would be no incentive to either to leave the industry or to enter the industry. Now it follows that when the industry is in the long run equilibrium, each firm in the industry would also be in the long run equilibrium. If you could see that both the industry as well as firms are in long run equilibrium, then you could say that they are also in short run equilibrium. Okay, that's all. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe this channel for more videos. I'll be coming back with a new concept. Thank you.